share a recipe with you which is using chayote and dal. So once a week you try to clean up your fridge, right? You have all the leftovers of some vegetables or fruits that you used that just didn't get to the whole dining table. Well, you got to recreate it because nobody likes to enjoy the same thing over and over. So I have chayote that I bought a few of them, and I was recipe testing, and then I came across half of it that I was like, how would it be like if I introduce dal with it? Okay, it's very easy. I mean, the only part you have to cut is chayote. The rest of the things is very simple. So let me show you all the ingredients we'll be using for this recipe. All right, so to temper the dish, of course, you need coconut oil, mustard, curry leaves. That's a basic tempering method. So we got all of that. Grated coconut is totally optional, but I like it, just adds volume to the dish, so I'm using freshly grated coconut. This is 1 cup chayote, not fine diced, but somewhat small diced, and I'm going to be adding 1 cup of tur dal that has been soaked in water for about 30 minutes. If you're running short, just soak it in hot water, and that will also help hydrate that dal coming to life. We need spices: turmeric powder, red chili powder, cumin. We need fresh ingredients such as pearl onions, garlic, curry leaves, and I'm going to be adding a little bit more spice from the dried red chilies. So I got about 4 pieces here, and I'm going to show you how to do that. And we need salt to season all of this. First thing, we're going to pour about half cup of water into our pan. I had 1 cup ready, and we're going to add our spices, which is red chili powder. All of that goes in. Our turmeric powder. Voila, simple, right? Now we're going to turn the stove on. Let that baby do its thing while we crush a few ingredients such as garlic. Get all that tension out. There we go. Okay, and then our cumin. If you add your cumin first, it will fly all over the place. But if you have your garlic in it, that juice from the garlic, it helps our cumin to stay within the mortar and pestle. Okay, because I'm going to leave one of the dried chilies aside because when we do the tempering, we need it to help with this process. I'm just going to crush all of this. You don't have to crush it because you can use anyway our mortar and pestle to do its job. And 2 pearl onions. Got it. Next, we don't need, this is steaming up. It's going to come to a boil really fast because I only put half cup of water in there. We're going to wash our tur dal that has been sitting in the water for about 30-35 minutes or even 45 minutes now. That's okay. Introduce them to that water. Let them cook along with that spices. This tur dal was washed a couple of times and still look at the color. So that happens, okay? Don't worry about it. It's very natural. Okay, we're gonna add all our crushed ingredients to that. It's very simple. This dish is ready in minutes. Okay. We want to add that cumin because we are adding dal into this, and people might feel kind of bloated if you have too much dal. So adding cumin and garlic to this dish actually avoids that. Okay, while that is getting to know each other, let's cover this. I'm not seasoning yet, but let it sit, get to know each other, let them tell their story while we get the rest of the stuff ready. So the chow or chayote is not fine diced, but you can see how you could use a food processor for this. I wouldn't chop it too small because then it becomes so mushy into the dish. You want to be able to identify which vegetable this is. So I got about a cup of it. So my idea is if you're using 1 cup of any vegetable, use 1 cup of your lentils, whichever one that you prefer. So got that, good to go. About a cup or so of our coconut. Okay, and we're just going to crush it, pick up all those flavor from that remaining ingredients. and a few pieces of curry leaves. Just crush it all together. Let's check on our dal. It's not ready, but we can introduce our chow chow or our chayote into this dish so they both will cook together. Let's cover and cook for 5 to 8 minutes. Okay, let's take a peek. So the moisture is almost gone. Let's take a look. Give it a mix. It so appears we need the rest of the water in it, and stir it and let this cook. Let's take a peek. Okay, it's still taking time to cook. While this is cooking, let's prep our shallots or pole onions, excuse me. Our chow chow or our chayotes are all cooked. We're just waiting for that dal to cook, and it's almost done. Almost. Not quite there, but almost. At this stage, I like to add our coconut mixture to this dish. And how I like to do it is by making a big bowl out of this and just dropping right in the center. Okay. All of this right in the center, and not mix it anything yet. Although it's very tempting to mix, try not to do it because I want that flavor slowly get into our dish. And we're going to cover this and cook for another 5 minutes. Okay, we should check on our dish. The moisture has evaporated. Now it's time to mix our dish. Well, there we go. Perfect. Okay. Let's season this. Okay. At this point, this curry is done. It is oil free. Has all the nutrients. It has the fiber, and everything is good. Season to according to your taste. How much salt, how much spices, is all up to you. But when you temper it, it just adds more flavor to it. If you don't want to do that, leave that portion out. It is tasty as it is right now. So I'm going to turn off my stove here and then do this tempering portion, and I'll show you how that looks like. To our non-stick pan, let's pour in a little bit of oil, about, I don't know, two teaspoons or so, and add our mustard in and cover it so that the mustard does not go out. Okay, mustard started to crackle. I got our one dried chili. Just gonna cut it or split it in half, or however you like, along with some pearl onions that I've already sliced, a few leaves of curry leaves. What curry without curry leaves, right? So got our curry leaves, everything good to go. We're gonna lower the flame and add all of this once. Okay, that's it. Our tempering is done. Let's add this to our curry. At this stage, just give it a good mix. Incorporate all that flavors together. And our dish is done. Let's cover this and let it sit for about a few minutes so that we just mixed up everything, right? So that's it. Our dish is complete. I hope you will give it a try and let me know how it turned out for you. Thank you. Bye.